Here I am inside my cabin on the Royal Caribbean Legend of the Seas, and before I get to showing you the ship, I want to remind you again to follow me on Facebook at Morgan's Very Unofficial Travel Guides and on Twitter at Mr. Morgan O'Brien. And if you're like, but Morgan, I'm already subscribed to you on YouTube, I don't need to follow you on Facebook and Twitter. I can tell you one of the main reasons is because I'm going to be giving away a whole bunch of stuff, like this Royal Caribbean visor, this Royal Caribbean t-shirt, this Royal Caribbean highlighter, these funny Norway fridge magnets, and $500 billion. Okay, probably not. So pause the video right now, go to Morgan's Very Unofficial Travel Guides on Facebook and press like, and follow me on Twitter at Mr. Morgan O'Brien, and you might win one of these amazing prizes. Now, let's go look at the ship. I'm up here on deck 4 now. You can see I'm outside, and I decided I'm going to do this video like this. I'm going to show you the useful things first, then I'm going to show you the food things, and then I'm going to show you the fun things. We're going to start on deck 5 at guest services. This is where you go if you have a problem with your room, or you want to see your onboard account, or if you just want to tell them how great it is to be here. And there's also the community bulletin board right in front of me where you can find out about the different meetings on board. Directly across from there is the shore excursions counter where you can book your shore excursions. And in the middle of both of those is the pathway to the shops called the Centrum Shops. There's obviously some kind of Black Friday deals happening here right now because it is crowded. Up on deck 8 is the Next Cruises office where you can book your next cruise if you're on board already, and then you get special deals. And right next to it is the Internet Cafe, and I know I said I was going to show you, oh, I'm in the way. And I know I told you I was going to show you useful things, and this isn't necessarily very useful. What's more useful is to use your own computer or iPad or something like that and use the ship's wireless internet. What's even more useful is to just wait until you get on land. Moving on. Up on deck 10 at the front of the ship, you'll find the child care services like Royal Babies and Tots, Club Ocean, and Optics, which is the teen club. And there's also a video arcade. I guess that counts more as fun stuff, but we'll be getting to that later. Now, I'm going to show you all the food stuff. There's a handful of places to get something to eat on board. Some of them are included in the price of your cruise, and some of them are so-called upcharge. The main dining room is called Romeo and Juliet, and that's where you go at night, and that's where you can go to eat if you like to get dressed up and served. And that's where you can go to eat if you like to be, and that's where you can go to eat, and that's where you can go to eat if you like to get dressed up and sit down at a table and be served by a waiter. And we hardly ever go to eat there because I can never decide what I want to eat, and that's why I always go to the buffet, because then I can just take a little bit of everything. The famous Windjammer Cafe buffet is also included in the price of your cruise, and I promise you, you're not going to get skinnier when you're cruising with Royal Caribbean. And on the same deck as the Windjammer Cafe, but on the back of the ship, is the Garden Cafe, which is another place you can get something to eat. There's also 2 places on board where you can spend more money for great food, and they are Izumi and Chops Grill. They're up at the very top of the ship in the Viking Crown Lounge. And of course, let's not forget all the great places to get something to drink on board, like the Viking Crown Lounge, which is where I am right now. Another bar you'll find on any Royal Caribbean ship is the Schooner Bar. And there's usually somebody playing the piano there, or there's trivia or Scrabble tournaments, or name that tune. Another great place to get something to drink and hear live music and maybe do some dancing is the Anchors Away Lounge, which is above the theater way at the front of the ship. Now let's talk about the fun stuff. Down on Deck 4 is the That's Entertainment Theater, where you can see the great Royal Caribbean production shows, as well as guest artists and headliners. And right across from that is someplace I've spent a lot of time, the Casino Royale. Up on Deck 9 is of course the swimming pool and the indoor pool, which I showed you before. The video you're seeing of the pool now was not taken today because right now it's pouring rain. On Deck 10 at the back of the ship is the famous rock climbing wall that's on all Norwegian cruise. And on Deck 10 at the back of the ship there is the Royal Caribbean rock climbing wall, which is also something you'll find on all their ships, and a little mini golf course. And these people playing mini golf right now are hardcore because the weather is not nice. Oh, and by the way, rock climbing and mini golf and shuffleboard, they're all included in the price of your cruise. Seriously, who plays shuffleboard? I don't even know how it works. Have you played shuffleboard? Write it in the comments below and let me know what it's even about. That guy's playing shuffleboard alone in the rain. And I almost forgot to mention the Centrum in the middle of the ship, which is transformed into an amazing performance space for acrobatic and musical shows. There were 3 different aerial shows during our cruise, and our favorite was the high-energy Seasons. And I'm back here in the cabin. I hope that gives you a good idea of what to expect on the Legend of the Seas and its sister ships. And if this video helped you out, then please press like down there below. Be sure to subscribe to get all the new videos and check out the videos I've made of other ships like this one and this one. And check me out on Facebook, like I said, to win all those fabulous prizes, and follow me on Twitter at Mr. Morgan O'Brien. And I'll be back next week with another great travel-related video for you. Bon voyage!